And that is great. It is a great message. And that to me is the way the message should be spread. Not through our mights and through dictators that come and we tell people what to do. It just doesn't work that way. So we have a tremendous opportunity right now because it is up to us to decide what kind of government that we want. And to me it's very simple. We want the government that we were given. It wasn't a perfect government. It's not perfect now. But basically, it was a very, very good Constitution. We've ignored it. The Congress has ignored it. The executive branch has ignored it. The judicial branch has ignored it. But the basic fundamentals are still there. All we have to do is get men of high character, enough to go to Washington, whether it's in the presidency or in the Congress, enough character to actually believe their oath of office, to believe in the rule of law. Today, the rule of law doesn't mean very much. We can change our Constitution, but if we want the Constitution to do, we want the federal government to do more than the Constitution allows, we can't just start doing it. So if you want a government to take over medical care and education, which I have my reservations about, we should at least change the Constitution. Because if we ignore that part of the Constitution, then lo and behold, what do? We end up going to war without even bother consulting with the American people through the Congress. We go to war with allowing a president to do it, and allowing the president to act in the name of the people without a declaration of war. This has been my argument about this war all along. I never wanted to go to war. I thought it was useless and foolish. But I held him to the fire and even brought this up in the committee. I said, if you want to go to war properly. Declare the war so everybody knows what we're doing. But they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't debate the war. They said, no, let the president decide. He knows whether we should use this force or not. But, I believe if we'd have done it the other way, we'd have had a debate and we wouldn't have gone to war. Today, we go to war, it goes badly, it costs too much money, nobody's happy with us, and then what do? We start to debate. And now everybody's debating this. Who told me this? Somebody told me this, and I was misled, and somebody told me a lie, and off and on again. And all we have to do is have respect and ask all our representatives in Washington to obey the Constitution. And then we are so much less likely to get ourselves bogged down in one more war. And this isn't the first one. I mean, it was Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf War, and many, many other little ones. And here we are bogged down in one where we're on the verge of this spreading. They talk about the war against Islam, fascism, whatever that is supposed to mean, as World War IV. Well, I'm worried about World War coming, but not that kind. I'm worried about what will happen immediately after those bombs fall on Iran. I mean, we are not safe and secure when we think of where our troops are, the unintended consequence of what's happened between the Kurds and the Turks, and how unstable that is. The instability of us now in the southern part of Iraq, where we've actually benefited the Iranians and anybody else. I mean, we have created chaos over there. I mean, there are 2 million refugees that have had to leave Iraq, 2 million that are wandering around in Iraq. Half the Christians have had to leave. And you think back, that Saddam Hussein was a murderous, bad, evil guy. But boy, if you compare everything that's happened since we've invaded versus what was the status quo prior to this, because we belong to a particular group either. This to me is the essence of what America is all about, and we have an opportunity. Though we have many problems, they are coming to a fruition, and we're understanding it, and people are becoming much more interested, and they understand the problem, and they're starting to hear what the solution is all about. And it's a wonderful, beautiful solution of what we have to offer, and it's found in freedom. It's found in the traditions of what has made America great. It can be found in the rule of law, and it can be found in our Constitution. There is no reason why we cannot all get together and champion this cause, because we cannot continue as we're doing now. because it's a failed foreign policy, it's a failed monetary policy, it's a failed social policy here at home, and believe me, the answers are available to us, and all we have to do is join together, spread the message, and make sure that we can turn this around in the next election. Thank you very much.